Hello, welcome to my podcast. It's gonna be really f***ing annoying. I'm talking about living our life in our 20s. It feels so weird not to have a microphone. I don't have any equipment, y'all. This is the first episode. And I don't have a name either. I just sat my ass down and hit record. And I'm like, yo, this is a podcast now. And I'm by myself. Because when am I not by myself? I guess we gotta get back to where we have to go back to where we left off. I feel like I last made a video probably a year ago, but before that I used to actively make videos on YouTube, and that was when I was in high school and before COVID happened. And let's talk about that because COVID really affected everybody's socialization skills. And I feel like that is the reason why a lot of us who are in 19, 20, 21, 22, that age range, we are all growing up with severe social anxiety. And it's very debilitating, to say the least. Because I feel like we don't go out that often. Unless we have reasons to, like if you do go to college, props to you because you have reasons to be social. But other than that, I feel like COVID really ruined it for us. We kind of lacked doing the things that you are supposed to do in those years, like going to prom, having those big milestones. Now, granted, I did have a prom, I did have a graduation, but for those who are listening, you could have not, because there were those 2 years where there were some kids that didn't, and that affected a lot of people. And it's gonna be even worse for the kids that are even younger now, who are growing up with, what do you call them? iPads and Kindles and all those little devices. Now, growing up, I did have an iPod Touch and an iPad when I was a little older, but I didn't grow up with them as young as these kids are, like 2 or 6 months old, like stuff like that, in your primitive brain growing years. I can't stop looking at my eyebrows because I had gotten them tinted and they are 10 times darker than my natural hair color. So yeah, very upset about that, but yeah, iPad babies. Like, we never got to experience that as 2000s babies, but these Gen Alphas are going to lack severely in social skills. I feel like I'm talking to you guys into the microphone, but I'm not because this is a remote. Let's talk about now, after COVID, things are settled, quote unquote. I feel very weird. All my friends are living their own lives and they're either in college, they moved on, they have kids, they're married. But then there's me, little me. I'm taking it slow. I didn't go the college route. Didn't, work for my degree and anything because I didn't want to do that. I'm not planning on having kids soon, not planning on getting married soon. Very happy in my relationship, but not taking it fast or anything like that. Not saying that it's fast, just saying I want to take my time. You know what I mean? I want to live my life before locking it down. Anywho, so I'm kind of at the standstill in a sense, where it's like I feel like I don't relate with anyone around me that I did go to high school with, who were my close friends. And I love my close friends. If they're watching, I love you guys, and I still see them, and I talk to them to this day, and I love them. They're my day oneers. But now I'm stuck, and I'm like, how do I make friends? How do I make new friends? Because I go out, I try to put myself out there, and no one is vibing with me. Because I'm not really a partier. I'm not really like I'm gonna go out and get blackout drunk, or I'm not really a, how do you say it? Have a little glass of wine, have a couple drinks, but I'm not really like an avid raver or anything like that most kids my age are doing. Not most kids. But I'm also not a nerd, and I'm not a loser. I mean, I might be to some people, but I'm not like that. But I have like a few niches that are very like rare, you know, like I'm into like content creation, streamers, like I love watching people like who are into that stuff, you know. I play really weird games like simulation games and Fortnite and fucking, I don't even know. I just feel like no girly is gonna like vibe with me on that. They're not gonna understand me on that. But then I'm also really into the beauty world. I am a licensed esthetician. I did go to school to get my license in aesthetics, and I am into that. And so, you know, I have that for me. And I was planning on finding friends in school, but that didn't really happen. And didn't find anyone I vibed with, to be honest. I think I'm just stuck. I'm stuck in my hometown. I'm not really like exploring my horizons. There's so many people in the world that, you know, I'm not seeing them. And you know, I did go on Bumble, but not like the dating website, because I am taken. The Bumble for Friends, that was helpful. I did find some people on there, and it's very helpful if you are trying to look for friends. This is not sponsored. If you are trying to look for friends, there is a Bumble site that is strictly for finding friends, not for finding dating people. And I found a couple girls on there, but I never met up with them, never like hung out with them like consistently and would call them like a best friend or anything. Just talk to them, you know. But I'm just having a hard time finding that click. You know, that girly. The girly that I can talk to like all day, every day is my bestie. I can like FaceTime her when I need her. She can FaceTime me. We can yap, and it just like, it's just that. I had that one time in the last couple years, and unfortunately it didn't work out because of some drama, and I hate that. I think drama is so ridiculous. And I feel like that's another thing, is we're growing and we're changing so much in these years, and I feel like I was a dumbass a couple years ago compared to now. I feel like I've matured so much in just the last year. And when I was 18, 19, I was a fucking asshole and I was a bitch. And now I'm so chill and laid back, and all I want is to vibe and have a friend. And I kind of ruined it back then because I had friends and I was a bitch. And I ruined it for me. So now I'm trying to repair past relationships, and nobody trusts me. And yeah, I'm really learning from my mistakes. So trauma dump on that a little bit. But is anybody getting this? Is anybody getting the point of this podcast? Is anybody relating to anything? Because I'm just a girly in my living room, in my chair, my big girl chair, because this thing can fit me, yapping about real life shit that is in my head all the time because I don't have friends. I don't have anyone to yap to. And I'm hoping that I can find someone and I can make them feel like they're not alone. All right? All right. Anyways, All I'm saying is it's really hard to find friends in your 20s. And I will report to y'all when I do find my girly Pop, who is a bestie to me. And yeah, that's that on that topic. Does everyone have a bev with them? Talk about something a little bit more serious. Mental health. I know I'm kind of coming across like really like, you know, sarcastic and like silly because that's how I am, you know. But honestly, my mental health has been the worst it's ever been the last couple years, growing up in my 20s, especially 2 years ago. And I feel like it's kind of coming back, but I'm not trying to make it like be as bad as it used to be because I have better habits. But depression is a bitch, and anxiety. But I feel like if you guys can relate, it's better for me to talk about it because we can all understand each other a little bit better. But when I like first moved out of my parents' house and I graduated graduated high school, I feel like I was having such a hard time understanding the difference between me being like a kid and then now me becoming an adult. My cat won't stop, but anyways. Also was dealing with some relationship struggles, which I don't want to get into too deep because I'm going to try to keep my personal life as private as possible. It was like really hard for me to like, you know, figure out who I was. And not that you need to even know who you are at this age. I was just like, this was before I like even figured out what I wanted to do college-wise and everything, but I was just kind of really stuck. And I was like, everybody kind of is like moving away. All my friends are moving away. And I was just like stuck at home and I was about to move out and basically become a housewife, you know. And I just got really depressed and really upset with my life and started to take it out on the people around me because of how unhappy I was with my life. And I slowly started to realize that everyone around me didn't like the way that I was and who I had became, and then I didn't like the way it became. My cat won't stop. I'm sorry, y'all. It went down a really deep, dark path for me. I eventually did end up getting therapy, and I've been in the same therapy since then. Therapy has been a godsend. Just being able to talk to someone about your feelings and not keeping it in is so much better than keeping it bottled up inside, because that doesn't ever feel good. Just started to get better, honestly. Started feeling better. My relationship started getting better, and then life kept flourishing. I went to school. That's when I started going to school, and I started like, I swear, like when you start feeling better, things start, your brain starts connecting. Things start falling into place. Because that's when I found my love for aesthetics and the beauty industry. And I went to esthetician school and I then got my license and then started job searching. So yeah, I feel like once you get your mental health in check, girls, you start feeling so much better. And do not give up, girls. Do not give up on yourself because there is so much to life than giving up. So there's my PSA on mental health, because I've been there and it's not like it goes away. I'm just gonna put that out there. It's not like it goes away because right now I am still kind of starting to feel like I'm in a funk again. And I feel like now I can kind of start to notice that I'm in a funk and I can start to put those things into place to kind of stop it and to not put myself in the funk. I can't believe this whole podcast, my cat has been literally playing in her tunnel and been annoying. I'm so sorry. I think I'm going to end that here. I feel like we had a good talk. I feel like I got a lot out And I think I should keep going with this. Let me know what you guys want to hear. If you guys want to hear me talk about certain topics, about life, about being in your 20s, about something juicy, about what's going on in general media. Nothing political, because I ain't talking about that. And yeah. Hope you guys have a great day, a great weekend, a great life, a great every day. And love you. Bye.